What's up, guys? I'm here with Lorena. She's out of Denver, originally from La Ciudad de Mexico. She's at 3,000 in sales the last 30 days. I believe it's all used books. Welcome to the Amazon Savages podcast.
Welcome to the Amazon Savages podcast. Hear the stories of Amazon sellers crushing it in the game and keep up with the latest strategies that are working. Sit back, relax, and remember, if you truly try and work really hard, you will make a ridiculous amount of money selling on Amazon.
So I'm not sure if you know, but Caleb Roth and David Chung, who goes by Dave Can Read, both lived in Denver. And so Denver is a great place. They are, if anyone that doesn't know, they're both seven-figure booksellers, or Caleb was before he retired, and David still is. So Dave Can Read's out of Denver, and it's a great place to sell books. So welcome to the podcast, Lorena, and tell us how you get to 3,000 in sales.
Yeah, thank you. Well, all started because I precisely watched a movie about Caleb and Dave. In fact, I watched Caleb, the movie, and how he was sourcing. And I look in the background and I see two stores that I recognize. Of course, a Mexican store and another store like a dry cleaning.
I'm going to steal their sources.
I know where he is.
Yeah.
And then he went to a used bookstore. I know where he is. So I thought, if he can do it in my neighborhood, that means I could do it too, because I'm hitting the same sources that he is.
Mm-hmm. And so you go and you pull out Scout IQ and you just scan all the books, or what happened the first time?
Yes. And I'm very diligent on doing what you recommend. Mm-hmm. So I have my scanner. I have a special bag that I always take. I have my scanner. Scanner I do. I scan is Scout IQ. I scan everything, including fiction and nonfiction. The only thing I skip are children's books. But I never know if I hit a fiction book that is profitable. So I scanned everything. Mm-hmm. Now, talking about tools, I got this great tool. It's a grist. I put it on the grist.
Yep.
I have my earpods. So, and at every store that I go, my goal is 1 hour in and out. So I have I hear the bell. I see if they're in the buy box.
Yep.
My goal is to get 30 books in 1 hour in and out.
And do you know roughly how many scans you're doing to get 30 books? Are you tracking how many times you're scanning?
I'm tracking about 2,000 books an hour. So
you scan 2,000 books
in the Scout IQ? Yes, I scan really fast.
And you are you using a Bluetooth scanner or just your phone?
Oh no, my scanner, my Bluetooth scanner.
Okay, you got the Nadamu.
And my earpods. Yeah.
Is that the Nadamu Mini?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Nice. You got the one with the purple button. Nice. Dang, you are fast. You're faster than me. I was doing like 1,500 in my heyday. Do you ever look up non-barcode books?
Once in a while, if I find a non-barcode book, I put it aside. And if I'm very strategic, if I'm within an hour on the store, then I look and scan it with Amazon Seller, or I scan it with Scout IQ. But my goal is to hit another store right away. So if I'm already past the hour, or I already have 30 books, next.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so is your primary strategy then going to thrift stores? Or do you go to libraries too?
Oh, yes, I have several strategies. So I go to stores, and following your advice, I calendar every time where I go, where I have been, at what time I am, and I notice the morning volume versus the afternoon volumes or the activity of the stores. Then I do a little bit of online arbitrage. So I follow Georgie and Steve a little bit. I spend sometimes 3 to 4 hours a week doing that. What it has been big during the year is estate sales. So I go and visit the estate sales or open houses. If they're pretty houses and they just need to sell, I just skip it. But if I clearly see that is an older home, an older community, and they have books, then I offer my opportunity to purchase the books. Now, I am always considerate of a estate sale I buy something, a toy, a little box, or a little chair, and then I said, what are you going to do with the books?
Mm-hmm.
If they're really desperate, and some estate sales are because they need to liquidate the estate sale, they don't know. And I tell them, by Monday, call me. I pick them up, and sometimes I go to 2-3 trucks and take all the estate sales I can. So I do Goodwills, online arbitrage, estate sales, free pickups in the neighborhood. So next door neighbor is really good for me. And I strategically do zip codes. That way I'm not driving all over town, picking up 5 books, 3 books here. So I have my nearest 3 zip codes that are about 15 minutes from me.
On the Nextdoor app, you're putting the nearest 3 zip codes.
3 zip codes only. So only those 3 zip codes see me. So I say free books pickups,
So you're downloading the Nextdoor app for everyone listening.
Nextdoor app.
You're posting in the Nextdoor app in the 3 zip, or you're turning the settings for the 3 zip codes around you. What are you posting in order to get people to message you?
I post like free book pickups. If you're cleaning, decluttering, or a estate sale, give me a call.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, that's perfect.
And the funny things, I start doing this business at the beginning of the year. I'm saving all those addresses. So now what I'm doing, every 3 months, I send them a new postcard. It's time to clean up again. Give me a call. And there's people that are calling me back again.
Oh, so okay, the first time you're posting on the Nextdoor app, but then you get their address.
So I save the address.
Nice. How many addresses do you have right now?
I have 120 addresses where I send postcards now.
Very good.
And I always, on my postcard, it says, tell friends, or save me on important, or one day I don't have extras. I put a magnet in a bag. That way they put them in the refrigerator.
Yeah. What's the magnet?
It's the same postcard.
You just put a magnet. It's just a simple magnet. Not like, I thought you meant like a picture of you with books or something.
No. It's my postcard, but with a magnet in the back. Nice. So I do that. That's awesome. The other thing, so following a little bit of your strategy, is that there is a local used bookstore here where I am. I volunteer with them.
You said a Jewish bookstore?
A used bookstore.
Used bookstore. Okay.
So I volunteer with them twice a month. So I'm there at the cashier. I receive books. I go to the background. But when I volunteer, they give me the books 50% discount. So I go there earlier, scan some books. Then I work for them for 2 hours. And then at the end of the day, I pay them 30 books for 50%.
Yeah, nice. And at that store, what is your average buy cost? Are you spending $3 per book, $5?
Oh, no. I am buying the books for 75 cents a book.
Nice. So it's a pretty cheap used bookstore.
Yeah. They're already selling it for $1.75, $2.
Mm-hmm.
So when I buy it with my volunteer discount, is 50% off.
That's awesome. And how often are you doing that, you said?
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
In fact, when I finish this call with you, is today, Wednesday, I'm going to be there because it's my sourcing day.
That's amazing. What else are you doing? You got library sales you're hitting up?
Oh, yes, libraries. This weekend, there is a library. I hit all the libraries. At the beginning, I try, beginner's mistake. I buy everything that turns green on Scout IQ. But now I'm selective now. I have enough inventory on Amazon that I'm starting now to be selective. So today, this Saturday, there is a sale. At least once a month, I go to a sale.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And what's your library sale strategy? Are you getting there early? Are you helping them set up? Are you kind of walk us through like what section are you going to first?
Yeah, my strategy. I know I watched several videos. I'll be there early, 1 hour earlier, and elbow everybody that is on. No, I go 1 hour after it opens.
Really?
Because I know all the big dogs are there at the beginning. that it's okay. There is enough inventory for all. So I go there 1 hour after it opens. Then I go to nonfiction, business, and then I go through controversial religion or controversial business. Especially what's going on the Midwest right now. There is a lot of books that are selling very profitable that are according to their culture and religion. So I go to the controversial religion.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hit the rest.
Are you doing non-barcode books?
On the sales, I do non-barcodes.
Yeah, because everybody, if you show up an hour late, a lot of people have already looked at the books, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Did you have a bad
you know, usually they are in the box and I have a system. Check what?
Did you have a crazy experience at a library sale when you showed up one time? Your computer keeps unplugging and plugging back in. Did you have like a crazy?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Did you ever have a crazy experience at a library sale that made you not want to show up again on time?
Oh yes, well, you know, I have crazy experiences even on Goodwill. People following me and wondering what I do. I was at a Goodwill one time, and I'll tell you my library experience. I was at a Goodwill, and a lady asked me, "What are you doing?" They're curious because I had scanned it, and I said, "I'm looking for books to resell." Oh, why? And I just told her, "I'm connected to Amazon," and I told her.
You want to try to plug in your computer real quick? I think your computer's.
Then 1 hour later, I went to another.
I think you need to plug your computer in all the way. I think it's like it keeps plugging in and unplugging. I hear the noise. Just make sure that the charger's plugged in.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see.
Podcast.
It's my light.
Okay, yeah. Something. Okay, cool. Is that good? Something kept plugging and unplugging back into your computer.
It was my light. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so what do you want me to repeat again? The crazy story at the Goodwill.
Yeah, at the Goodwill. But
so there was one lady.
Did you say you had one at the library sale or no?
Not at the library. I get more at the Goodwills, but at the library, I have other scanners people watching me because I do it very fast. And even though I know they're wholesalers, they're still using their phone. So they take one by one using their phone, and they're curious to know, what is this? Where did you buy it? Amazon. And sometimes I send them my link to buy it. Kind of, okay, buy it. It's very fast. So I see other scanners as well.
You're such a businesswoman. You're such a businesswoman. You're great. And then at the Goodwill, what happened? You said
at the Goodwill. So I was at the Goodwill, and this woman was very curious what I was doing. And I told her I was looking for books, and I was linked to Amazon. And then she says, "Oh, you're very smart." 1 hour later, I go to another Goodwill. Well, she comes along. I said, she told me, "I'm not following you, but I just wanted your here scanner." Okay, fine. A month later, I'm at another Goodwill. And here I am minding my business, scan it, and I hear a voice behind me. "Oh, yeah, you're here again." So it's kind of, she became my best friend. I see her at all the Goodwill. She's buying other things, but she knows I'm there very busy, very serious scanning.
Yeah. You said you guys are friends now?
Because I see her that often.
Yeah.
Yes. The other thing that I'm starting to see often are the cashiers at the Goodwill. They recognize me. They know that I come. In fact, when I go to a Goodwill, you could tell if somebody's there because the books are already inclined. So I asked them, "Did somebody came here and bought books?" And they told me, "Oh, yeah, about an hour ago." So I write it down, an hour ago. So the following week, I go an hour earlier, and then I hit my book. So I have communication with the cashiers, how many people they come, at what time they come. So I take notes with that, and then I go, my following week, I go earlier.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Nice. Any other strategies you use to get books?
No, that keeps me very busy. The sourcing at the used books, Goodwills, online arbitrage, estate sales, next door neighbor, and the used books that I volunteer.
Mm-hmm. And are you coming across textbooks ever?
Text, yes. Usually at the end of April, May, I do text and I do nursing and medical books. I get a lot like that. They start posting on Next Door Neighbor, oh, I'm selling those books. So I check them very quickly. Sure, I buy you $10. I buy all your books and nursing and medical books.
Did you hear about our new policy at Restricted
Yes.
Inventory?
Yes, in fact, I have 4 books waiting for you.
Yeah, we only take $20 tops now. So if you send a $50 book, you keep 30, we keep 20. If you send a $100 book, we cap our cut at 20 still. You keep 80, we keep 20. $200 book, you keep 180, we keep 20. So as long as when our cut reaches $20, it's no longer a 50-50 split.
You're capped that.
Yeah. So if you sell a book for $10, we keep 5, you keep 5. But if our cut hits $20, we never take more than that now. So that's restricted inventory.
Yeah.
Grind hard, well done, sir. And welcome to the freaking Well Show.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. When a Scout IQ tells me there is profit, the buy box is green, but there is an X, I know, oh, this is a rumor book. So I still get it because it's for you.
Yeah. You know what Scout IQ does now? I'll put it on the screen. It's going to mute us. But if you look it's going to be that way. It's always weird to point right here. I'll point it on your side of the screen. So where would it be? This way. Boom.
And
right
it's
here.
appearing on the middle.
Yeah. You'll see an orange box in the bottom right. And that price is how much you would make if you sent it to restricted inventory and it's sold at the current buy box price. So you can actually just create shipments through Scout IQ now. Like you can do the full shipments. You can add it.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully Scout IQ updates their code pretty soon. We already updated our website for the new profit calculation, but Scout IQ still needs to update their profit calculator in order to have it only keep $20 for us, cap our cut at $20. But right now it's still doing the 50-50 split. So if you scan a $100 profit book on Scout IQ, it's only going to say that you're going to make 50 when indeed you should be making 80 on that book. And so just know that it should be updated before the end of the year. Your team's a little bit slow. Ever since Caleb sold it, it's a little bit hard to work with them, but hopefully they'll get it up soon. So yeah.
Okay, so good to keep in mind. Yeah. So I see the X and I know, okay, that's for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about a secret you've learned that's helped you grow your Amazon book business.
To help me grow. Oh, when I started, it's a lot of information to analyze. So just trying to see the numbers and the rates and the e-score and all that. So what I did, I stick to one strategy and follow it to the T. So you one of your recommendations is do 100 books right away. Build your inventory to 1,000. Once I start hitting 1,000 inventory, I start hitting the buy box. And then it became easier to do it. Because that hitting the buy box is very important. But I noticed it's the 1,000 mark.
How long have you been selling for, Lorena?
Since January.
January, okay, nice.
11 months.
And what's your background? What'd you do before? Because I saw your Facebook. You said you're like a business coach or something?
Yeah, I'm an author. I have 2 books already on Amazon. I'm a motivator, speaker, and business coach.
In Espanol or English?
In both. I have clients in Spain and South America. Yes, on
Nice.
both.
That's awesome.
Last year, it's called Hang Up. I hang up my real estate license for 15 years, so I no longer do real estate. So I'm doing book sourcing. Mm-hmm. However, I treat my book sourcing as real estate. Mm-hmm. If the book doesn't sell in 90 days or less, it's not the right price. So I know a lot of people get very excited. Oh, the book sells for $200, and I am bored. But if you're going to be listed for 1 year, it's not worth $200. So I took it very good. The postcard strategy comes from a real estate strategy, 90 days or less, or the price is not right. So I treat it very much like a business.
How high in sales rank are you going?
Sales rank, what do you mean?
For a book, the sales rank or e-score? How low of an e-score?
Oh,
Or how high of
e-score.
a sales rank?
E-score, it has to be greater than 20. If it's greater than 20, I get it. And the rank, it has to be lower than 500. Then I get it. So it's
You never get less than 20 e-score ever?
Sometimes I get lower e-score, like 2 or 3, but then I have to analyze the book more. I just keep, following Joji, how many times it sell.
Yeah.
Is it worth keeping it 3 months? Because then it's going to cost me warehouse fees. So I analyze the book a little bit more.
Yeah. 1 second. Were you on the training last night by chance?
No, I was not able to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Caleb has. Sorry about the coffee. Caleb has a spreadsheet that analyzes a lot of stuff. It tells you what your true net profit is. But one of the cool things about it is it's got this sales rank chart that tells you what your profit is, or it tells you what percent of your books you sell at a certain rank. So
Caleb, I do have that one.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Anyone listening, you can go to here. I'll just share my screen. You can go to starthumble.com /track. So starthumble.com /track, like a tracking or like a tracker. And I don't know why it didn't work. Let's do it one more time. Track, boom. And it'll pull up this spreadsheet here. This is Caleb's track. Oh, here it is, actually. Right here.
I use that one. Yes.
So it says percent sold by rank, and this is really interesting. It tells you what percent of your books you sell within a certain sales rank range. So books that are 0 to 10K sales rank, I'm surprised it's not higher, but 90% of them sell. 10K to 100K, 82% sell, and you can see it slowly goes down. But what's surprising is 5 million sales rank books and over still sell 19%, which might not sound that good. But if you do the math and you only send in books that are going to make you $40 profit, let's say you send in books that are going to make you $40 profit. You send in 100, right? Well, according to this, you're only going to sell 19. So you'll sell 19 books at $40 profit, let's say. That's $760. Now you're going to have to subtract, you have to remove the rest. So you have 81 that you have to remove. And these days you have to pay $2 in removal fees. In the future, you have to pay $3 probably next year. So let's just say $3 because that's probably what it's going to be in 2024. So $3 removal fee, $243. Now, but you've sold 19% of your inventory. You've sold 19 out of the 100 books for $760 profit. Now you can subtract 243. That's how much you're going to pay in removal fees. And you're still up $517. Let's just say you paid for the 100 books, you paid $3 per book. That's another $243 in buy cost. You're still $274 up, so like that's an interesting way to look at it. And, even if you only sell 20% of your inventory, you're still able, as long as your profit is high, you're able to make a lot of money,
Yeah. I use Caleb spreadsheet. That's what I use for my accounting. So yeah, it's very, very interesting because I'm a graph person. So I know the graph, I know the percentage. Yes.
Yeah. And anyone who wants to buy that, you could support Caleb go to starthumble.com /track. I'll go ahead and link that below too. But anyway, yeah, we talked a lot about that on last night's call.
Yeah, I think that's the best investment I have done, that spreadsheet, because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know how to track your numbers. And he makes it very easy. Yeah. Just download your listing, download your sales, and let the spreadsheet work.
Yeah. You just download 2 reports, upload them to the spreadsheet, and we use it for restricted inventory consignment payouts. So I run a consignment business, obviously. People send me their books. I take their book, I sell it on Amazon. After the book sells, I pay them half of the profit. And the spreadsheet allows us to do all the calculations. Caleb did that. Caleb had a library consignment business. You could try that in Denver. Go to some libraries and try to. I think actually Caleb used to do consignment in Denver, and then David, I think, took his client, maybe purchased it from him or something, or vice versa. I forget what happened. And anyway, Caleb had a consignment library business where all the libraries would pack books in boxes and ship them to him. And he would open the box, list them on Amazon, sell the books, and pay the library half the profits after they sold. And that's why he made the tracking spreadsheet. He made the tracking spreadsheet so he could track how much true profit each library was making to pay them 50%.
Yeah, this used bookstore I volunteer. They're connected with David's facility. So when the books come in, I sort them, I scan them, and then we put them on a bin once a week, and they go to Dave. So I kind of intercepting the books before they go to Dave's facility.
Nice. Yeah. Have you talked to Dave much?
No, I haven't. I have not been able to touch him. I have toured his facility, so I know his manager.
You should just go to his warehouse. I think it's on Google.
Yeah, I've been to his warehouse a couple of times, but yeah.
Maybe you could find some good stuff. But also, why am I holding this box of books? I forgot why I'm showing you guys. Oh yeah, if you guys ever want, if you're ever going to do consignment, so let's just say you're buying books from a library or from Facebook Marketplace, having someone send you books. Boxes of books are heavy, and if you guys ever want cheap shipping, somehow I got really good shipping rates with FedEx. So if you guys ever need shipping, just message us at info@restrictedinventory.com, and we will give you, we'll charge you like $1 or $2 to make a label, and we'll hook you up with our shipping rates. We get 60% off FedEx ground. And so we got better shipping rates than Caleb did. I don't know why they like me so much, but they do. They took me to the Titans game here in Nashville, and I get really good rates with them. So anyone who wants to, I've offered this to other Amazon sellers in the past, but everyone listening to the podcast, if you guys want cheap shipping rates, email us info@restrictedinventory.com, and we'll make you a label for.
Okay, that's a good idea, because my biggest expense is the Amazon shipping label. So I'm trying to.
Yeah, we don't get better rates to Amazon. To Amazon, UPS will be your best shipping. But if you're shipping from somebody's house to your house.
Okay, yeah, got it.
So like if you ship a 50-pound box to Amazon, I usually pay about $10 to $12, maybe a little bit less. What do you pay for a 50-pound box?
About $11 a box.
Yeah, that's pretty good shipping rate. That's like 20-ish cents a pound, I think, whatever that comes out to. What is that? Let me do the math now. 11 divided by, let's say 49 pounds. 22 cents per pound is what you're paying. We can usually get, if you have a 49-pound box, maybe $16 divided by 49. So we get about 30 cents, 32 cents a pound. That's what we use at restricted inventory when you ship stuff to us. But it's decent. And if you're ever shipping a big set of books, we actually get cheaper shipping than Amazon, merchant fulfilled. So if you ship if it's over 30 pounds, merchant fulfilled to the customer, we get.
Okay, got it. Merchant fulfilled, yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing any merchant fulfilled?
No, right now, but I'm following Diana and Amanda, and kind of, okay, maybe next year, now that I understand the system, now I'm going to start keeping some inventory, save on shipping, and now I understand the system enough that I could do merchant fulfill. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So walk us through what you're doing with online arbitrage. How much have you sold already doing that, and kind of what you're doing? Because a lot of people listening don't even know what book online arbitrage is.
Yeah, online arbitrage, I follow Angie and Steve. So I use Keepa and Flip mine. And following the same strategy that I have with books, I buy a book $2 or less, and I make sure I sell it $15 or more.
So you're buying it off of Amazon?
Well, but on Amazon, on my online arbitrage, I'm looking to purchase $6 a book that I could sell for $30 or more. So I spend a lot of time searching for that book. I find the book, I check in Keepa to make sure there is enough inventory or enough activity, just like real estate, enough activity. Because sometimes I find books, but they sell one time a year or 2 times a year, and I want to move that book fast. So I find the book on Flipmine or Keepa. I look for the activities, and I purchase about 20 books a week using online arbitrage.
And how much are you paying per book?
$6 or less.
Okay. And how have your sales been off those books?
My sales on online arbitrage, 50% of my books have been sold already. So they have a days on market about 40 days. So when I purchase online arbitrage, I know in 40 days that book is selling.
How are you tracking that?
The days on market? I use Steve, my replenished book. I have a spreadsheet that tells me when did I bought it, when did I put it on Amazon.
Nice.
And then at the end of the month, I find out when it sold. So I just calculate when I purchase and when it sells. And then it tells me how many days on market was it.
Is that the master spreadsheet? What does he call that?
Yeah, the master replenish list.
Master replenish list.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I know Steve's been working hard on a lot.
Yeah, so I'm constantly watching. So if a book is hitting 180 days on the market, then I know I'm gonna get warehouse fees. So I need to sell that book fast.
Yeah. But you haven't even. I guess you started in January.
Yeah. Now I'm hitting some books.
Yeah, that's good. What's your plan for the future with your business? Do you want to go more online arbitrage? Do you want to go more sourcing physically? Do you want to source more books? From the.
I'm going to source more books. So now that I understand the whole system, I have you, Georgie, and Steve. So I'm going to start adding more products into my Facebook, my FBA. I'm going to start doing more online arbitrage because I travel a lot. So sometimes I can't be here to do fulfilled by manage. So I can't be inventory. So I rather, just like Georgie, send it to a prep center and have the prep center take care of it. Mm-hmm. So my goal for next year is to start working with prep centers.
Nice. That'll be good.
You have one prep center, right? You work with prep centers.
A few, yeah. I have one in Oregon, tax-free. I don't really use them too much anymore. I have a new prep center in New Hampshire, which is also tax-free. I have one in California, and then I do a lot of wholesale now. So my product goes directly from my supplier to Amazon, no prep center needed. So I've probably worked with 15 prep centers in my life. Yeah. Don't use Tiger Lily Prep. Tiger Lily Prep is the one prep center I do not recommend to use. They stole like $3,000 worth of my inventory.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah,
I watched what you and Georgie and Steve said about prep center and what to watch, how to interview them. I think
Little Owl Prep's good.
One.
Little Owl Prep is very good for books. So if you're going to do the book arbitrage, Little Owl Prep is pretty good for that.
Right.
Steve's actually testing them out, so we'll see how that goes. What are you using to list your books? Are you using Go2?
I use GoLister since the beginning. So I know I was very happy when you put the report section, because then I could also, by the click, I could see how much am I doing for the year. I'm close to $26,000 sales according to GoLister.
Can you pull the camera over there or no? Are you able to pull the camera?
Well, let me see if I could.
If not, it's okay.
No,
okay.
Because
the camera's not removable. Oh, there we go. Nice.
Can you see it?
Yep. A little dashboard there. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is the camera of the laptop. That's why I can. Okay. Gotcha. So I like the report. It tells me how much I'm doing per month. If I'm hitting my own personal goals. Okay, I need $3,000 a month. Where do I need to source? Also, I am moving my average sales price. Like I started with 8, Feed the Beast. Now I'm 10. Now my average sale is 14. So my goal for next year is to be 20. So I'm more profitable books.
Yeah. $20 average sales price is so much different than a $10 average sales price.
Or the dollars and cents. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? If you do $1 million in sales and your average sales price is $10, you're probably getting paid out $200,000 from Amazon, and they're keeping $800,000 in fees. But if you do $1 million in sales and your average sales price is $20, you're getting probably $600,000 paid out, maybe $500,000, and that's all going in your bank, and then they're only keeping half in fees. You know, and if your average sales price is $100, you're probably going to get $850,000 paid out, and they're only going to keep $150,000 in fees. So the higher average sales price, the less percentage you pay in fees.
I noticed that because it costs me more on their shipping if I have more books for less average sales, then I'm making more money with less books for higher average price. Yes.
Yeah. So what's your game plan to scale your business? What do you plan on doing?
Well, I'm going to start adding more online arbitrage, more products. I'm going to start, right now it's 50-50 online and sourcing, online arbitrage and sourcing. So I'm going to increase the outsourcing. That way I'm not dependent on sourcing. Especially it's going to start snowing in Denver. I'm not going to drive on the snow. And if I don't source, the inventory will drop down. So I'm going to increase online arbitrage. I'm going to start adding more products and start working with prep centers.
Yep. Sounds like a plan to me. What do you think a common myth is for Amazon sellers? What do you think a common myth is for people starting out?
I think the common myth is if they think they're going to make the money fast, or the money is going to pay their bills. It's just like any other business. It takes some time, especially when Amazon wants to keep your reserves first. It took me about 4 months to meet that reserves so they could start paying me back. So I still have my consulting business and my business paying my bills, my food, my insurance and everything. And my outsourcing is just extra. But now I have enough inventory that they're starting to pay $2,000-$3,000 a month. So the myth is you're going to make money right away, and it's not. It's like you have to build it. They said feed the beast. Feed the beast until the beast knows that you could respond, and then the beast start paying you back. Other than it's about 4 or 5 months that you have to do it consistently.
Yeah. Great advice. Thanks so much, Lorena. Where can they, you're on Facebook. Are they able to tag you if they have questions?
You could tag me, sure.
Awesome. You're in all the Facebook group. You're in my Facebook group, Steve's Facebook groups, Go To Lister Facebook group. So people can reach out to you.
I'm all of them. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Okay. You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Bye.